Okay, so where were we last? Where were we last? Right, you just went back into the castle, right?
Juice Forest?
Oh yeah, you were sitting with AZL down in the lab.
Oh, right. We were talking about the news.
Yep, he is just working on his computer and stuff. As he has been for the past 20 minutes.
I'm gonna go talk to my mom now.
Which one?
Oh, not Mama, Mom. Lafayette.
Good luck.
Very gently, I scratch his head and then I start walking to where she would be.
In her old room, you just walk in to see shadows.
Mama?
You see your mom come from the shadow and appear in front of you.
Hello.
She smiles and waves.
I came to talk to you to ask you about the whole crown and taking the throne thing. I'm not entirely certain where to start or what to do.
She just crosses her arms and looks at you. With a very straight face. She almost looks in a face of not shocked disbelief, but like she genuinely doesn't believe you.
I don't know what to do.
She just sits there and stares at you.
Do you have any advice?
She just points to her mouth and then like zips it.
Are you saying that you can't talk?
She just kind of rolls her eyes and shaking her head.
I'm not. I don't understand.
There we go. Hold on. Give me a moment, please. I'm your advisor, not your mentor. You're my boss.
You're also my mom.
Do you want
I need guidance.
guidance to be a queen or a child?
I'm not a child, just a person in this role, not necessarily a queen. I just don't know what step to take.
Can I show you something?
I nod.
Are you willing to see it?
I nod.
All the shadows and darkness kind of circle around you as You appear in this large, dark place with like these orange cracks going through the ground. And this... It's so cold in there. And you see a guy with 3 dark greenish wings carrying the Godfeller axe. But this axe is stained all the way up to the handle with blood. What would you like to do?
Just watch, observe for now. What is up?
That is the King of Kings. That's the image you're gonna have to follow. As you see, he's just standing there. You see this girl lying down on her knees, her head pushed to the floor under his foot. As you see her pleading for her life.
What did she do?
She betrayed her humanity, and she went behind Iris's back. Iris tried to save her, and she betrayed him. As Iris raises his axe and just slowly lowers it, as the skin from her neck is just slowly separating, and the lowering just gets slower and slower and slower until you can like just see every little follicle, every particle just splitting from itself. This is why he was so feared, respected. He didn't know what he was doing. He was the first king. He just acted on instinct. He did what he wanted, and nobody could do anything about it. Still can't. As in like a little flash, her head just rolls off of her body and then rolls right back on as Iris just continues to do it. As you see... Hold on, sorry. I shouldn't have said that without pulling up the image first. What is Ray thinking about all of this?
She doesn't want, she's just thinking that she doesn't want to rule by fear, she wants to rule by honor.
As you see this guy pop out of a portal in front of Iris. Has she paid her penance? Yeah. Iris picks her up by her hair and just throws her into the portal.
I thought Iris didn't like Arclea.
Ray? His personal feelings about stuff never conflicted with business. Arclea gave her to Iris because he was the first torturer. He made the underworld. Are you ready to go see something else now?
Yeah.
Okay. As everything kind of retreats back into Lafayette, as you see Iris walking around carrying an axe, just kind of like wandering in this beautiful town. Although, as gorgeous as it is, you can see like a bunch of sick and hurt people. As on the other side of him, not on the other side of him, above, flying around, you see a guy in like this old style plague mask flying around. It's almost like he's avoiding Iris. You see Iris walk up to somebody and just kind of like hold both of their hands, and the pustules and all the blood coming off of them just kind of retreats back into their skin. All of the pustules pop, and you can tell that they're healed. He even seems to bring some people back from the dead. Iris didn't just rule out of fear. He ruled out of honor. But when it came time for him to be strong, for him to push down his feelings, he was ruthless. He didn't let anyone question him. You can't question a king if there's no questions to be had. You understand?
Yeah.
Look, you don't have to be the same king he is, queen he was. Just don't let yourself be pushed around.
I do have one more question.
Hmm.
What am I?
I know I'm at least part celestial, but
What do you want to be? Ray. Your biology is some of the most mixed anything has ever seen. Aside from the cells and perfections.
I don't know what I want to be.
Are you ready to go back? Or would you like to see more?
I'm ready
What?
to go back unless there's more to show.
There is. There's thousands of years more to show.
What?
Would you like to see more?
Yeah. We're recording, please mute.
Okay. As you see Iris appear in this, like, this beautiful, beautiful plains, Nyx, you appear next to Ray. First, Ray, what are you thinking about all this? Out of character question,
She's
obviously.
getting an idea of what to do, where to start.
As you see Iris, he kind of looks, he's blonde. Same as usual, but no black hairs, no defined wings. His wings aren't as big as they were. As you see him with two other people, one of them being some quiet, quite pretty looking young lady with like these blue eyes, black shirt, and all that stuff, and quite pale skin. You feel the energies off of them being extremely different, Ray. You can almost see it. It's almost like a powder flying off of them. One of them a powder, another a coursing storm of clouds. As you see they're arguing about something, and Iris just puts his hand through her chest with her heart on the other side of his hand as he's carrying the baby. Nyx, Ray, you both see this.
What in the...
Hi, Nix.
Hi? What's happening?
I asked my mom how to be a queen, and she's showing me stuff.
As
Alright,
every...
I'll support you.
Sorry?
So saying like, I'll support you, support you.
Everything starts speeding up, and you see Iris in this cave with the kid sitting on a rock. Iris hunts down things, giant things, just to feed this little kid. As you notice this tiny little blue tail pop out of the child. And you hear Iris screaming at the top of his lungs at the sky as it starts pouring down rain. Even though it's raining.
Fly.
Huh?
I just kind of mutter, Arcria's fly.
Even though it's raining, the water seems to curve away from Iris. As you see him just try and slam his face into the water and just hold it there for like 12 minutes, but he doesn't drown or anything. As he raises up his head and turns to the left in your direction, Ray. As he just begins walking in your direction. Nyx, you are standing next to Ray, so you see this as well.
Is it like he's looking directly at her or looking through her?
You can't tell.
Oh. I'm just gonna peer behind us for just a moment.
Yeah, no, look behind us.
I'm gonna then I'm gonna look forward. Only one of us should be doing that.
There is nothing. Except for what looks like a small version of Arcria. It has similar features, but isn't exactly the same.
I do kind of step out of the way of it and watch Iris.
It's not moving. Iris just walks over to it and looks up into the sky as it starts pouring even harder. As the feathers on his back are just being dragged against the ground now. You see his bottom set. All of the feathers are just scraped off of his wings. It looks like they were scraped off with a rock. And they have these like fleshy protuberances in this large, almost dark greenish, but it's covered in skin and muscles.
Wow. But wow.
As he walks over to this small, almost child version looking Arcria, this different looking but child version of Arcria, and picks up a rock and just drops it on it. As it just splats. That was Arcria's first actual child. Void and Arcria's. Sorry, not Void. The old god of the hands. It was at this moment that he waged war. He knew what he was doing. Would you like to continue?
Yes. Next.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Y'all just seen a child get crushed.
Yeah. Just try to process it, but don't let me process it. Continue.
So y'all do want to continue?
Yes.
As you see Iris walk back into the cave, and Lafaya just starts following him.
I guess I'll follow as well.
Iris walks back into the cave, and you see this person just kind of sitting on the rock next to the child, feeding him. As Iris sits across, the rain is still coming down, and it seems like they're talking about just something. Would you like to hear? It depends on which one you want to hear. I can't really do both.
I'm okay with just observing for now.
As you see this one smiling, and Iris seems to like smile along, it seems almost like they're getting kind of along. You see this person pop through a portal and just tap him on the shoulder, or pat Iris on the shoulder. As Iris walks outside and points up, and you can see him mouth stuck to this guy, Omeos. As everybody just kind of looks around and nods, these two both disappear as Iris is just kind of left alone in this flooding world. Iris just kind of looks down. You can see the fire in his eyes has never gone out. In fact, the harder it rains, it seems like the hotter his fire gets. As you see him go straight-faced all of a sudden, and his top set flashes black. So black, it's almost absorbing the light around it. What'd you say, Ray?
I didn't say anything, I just said,
Iris picks up the child with the little blue fiery tail and just sets him in the water. The kid sinks, and you can see bubbles starting to come up. As Iris walks outside and just looks up into the sky, he starts screaming something. Quickly, all of the rain and water gets sucked away and, like, dropped into this one spot. And it just kind of, like, flows over so much, creating these divides between these large bodies of land. As Iris, with this, like, not a smile of arrogance, but a smile of you lost, comes across his face as he walks over and picks up the kid and just starts flying. What do you think just happened there?
honestly,
Have no idea.
not a clue.
You sound just like me.
Huh?
You sound just like me.
How
You
so?
do. Never knowing what you want to do. Never knowing what to do and Going to other people for stuff? You know I was born blind.
I know.
Let me show you something. Okay? Let me show you something.
Okay.
As you see Iris sitting across from this teenage-looking kid, the fire around him burns so hot, but Iris is just sitting there right in front of him, and he looks like this.
That's stat.
Death?
Not my biological dad, but he took care of me. Kane.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen him in a while.
But this time, his fire is blue, not pink or violet. Don't fucking correct me, all the colors are there. Blue, pink, purple. As they're both talking and just sitting there and talking, Iris looks like he's having one of the greatest times of his life. As you see, like, tiny little itty bitty people running around, one with, like, long black hair. He constantly steps on his own hair. The other one with, like, slightly short black hair, she bumps into everything, and they're both running away from this itty bitty, like, 1 foot nothing white-haired girl who's just tackling everything. Constantly missing, though.
What are they doing?
They're playing. Do you know who those three are?
Huh?
Do you know who those three are?
No.
Let me show you. As you see the little boy, like the little toddler boy, he looks to be about 6 years old, with long black hair, has an image behind him that looks like this. The little girl with longish white hair looks like this. And the little girl with short black hair looks like that.
That's you guys.
Yeah, that's my siblings. We had so much fun. Iris was and is a great dad. He knew how to be a person. He knew how to be a king. He managed to balance those two things. Because when he was one, he wasn't the other. He always separated the two. And he was never... He never settled on an I don't know or uncertainty. I guess that might be a part of the reason as to why I passed on my crown to Jane. But he would sit there after being asked a question. And if he had to, he would sit for weeks. And then he would answer. It was honestly kind of scary to watch him just sitting there contemplating something you asked, and somebody else asks him a question, he just completely ignores them. It's somewhat funny. Would you like to go back or keep going?
Next.
This is your journey. This shouldn't be up to me whether or not you want to continue some that you probably needed for your question, whatever you asked.
I don't want to leave you just sitting there.
That
You will
sorry.
be watching.
That whole thing about Iris would never settle on an I don't know. He would sit there for weeks in silence just to answer a question. Kind of just doesn't go away.
I would like to continue, but what's the longest Iris sat for a question?
For a question?
Mm-hmm.
When my little sister, Lucia, asked what had happened to our mom, our birth mom, he sat for a month and a half in the underworld's time, debating as to how to answer that question. I wish I could be like my dad, but I have a different life to lead. Do you want to know the answer to his question? Her question?
What
Yeah.
was it?
I'll show you. As you see this lady, who looks more like a teenager, she's got like somewhat of a pixie cut halfway with a bun in the back, and these little souls are just kind of following her around. She doesn't have this halo though. And her horns are little itty bitty. As Iris walks her into this mausoleum, as you see a lady just kind of laying there. She looks so peaceful. You see these giant golden statues of what looks like her in different points in her life. As you see this girl just kind of walk up to presumably this mausoleum, this grave, and just kind of both of them kneel on both knees and just bow their heads. Eventually, he came to the conclusion that words weren't enough. He couldn't answer that. She's dead? No. He had to show her. Which probably hurt him more than anything. He had to see his dead ex-wife, his dead wife, and she had to see her dead mom, and he had to see her reaction to that. But with her blessing, he found somebody new. Well, where would you guys like to go next?
I'm not sure.
What's left to be seen?
That depends. What do you need to be the queen?
I don't think there will ever be a right or wrong answer for that. I don't think anybody could ever come up with an answer for that.
You're exactly right. Some could say Iris ruled with a iron sword, or axe, and a golden heart. Is that all you guys need?
I think so.
Everything kind of like sucks back into her as you guys just appear back in the room.
Mom,
She just turns to you.
I do have one more question.
You should have said that before.
Who's my dad?
Hmm?
I know. Who is my dad?
My husband's name was Rain.
What was it?
Sorry?
What were you saying?
What did you say?
I was gonna ask what he was like.
He never knew what he wanted. He always just kind of went with the flow, and when nobody took control, he panicked. But when he got into the flow of things, it just kind of seemed like it never stopped. A moment with him when he was paying attention felt like an eternity.
What?
It was this parade, this firework of poetry and beauty.
Thank you, Mom.
As you see this guy just kind of like walk in and say, "Oh shit, we talking about sentimental stuff up in here?"
Who are you?
Hi, Canonine.
What's up, homie?
Who's he? Who's
My
gonna
name's
turn over
Canon.
to Ray?
My name's Canonine. I know. I am the most effeminate looking man you've ever met, and I probably have the
Good.
deepest voice ever. But anyways,
Nice
Nyx,
to meet you. Hi.
I was sent to train you.
What?
Yeah.
Ray? Oh.
Heck
Chaos told me
next
to.
training.
Ray, you too.
Oh. Heck yeah, montage.
No, this ain't gonna be no montage. You guys are gonna need to pay full attention to this.
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's go.
Alright, I'm just gonna kind of just go follow him.
Kane just starts
No
skipping
hesitation.
down the halls.
That looks like fun.
As you see this girl just start walking next to him.
Oh.
Sorry. This girl. As they both just start walking down the halls. Alright, I'm gonna give you all a couple of seconds to... Alright. As you guys all make it down, and Canonine just kind of like stands on the other end and says, "Okay, both of you charge as much power as you can and hit me directly. I don't care if it almost kills you. As long as you're not dead, as much as you can. You can take as much rest as you need.
Okay, that was very direct. So we just gotta charge it all at you with all we got. Okay.
Destroy me! Hakai if you have to. Oh, shit. Hakai if you have to. He kind of looked at his hands for a second, almost like he was worried he accidentally just set something off.
It has to be, well, for the most part, it has to be intentional. I don't know if intentionalness applies to you.
So, no, it doesn't. It kind of just, yeah, no, I have to be very careful. Like, I'm in a constant state of ability flex right now.
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, no, he's anarchy. He's kind of like chaos, just really, like, a lot less control.
I'm like you, Nyx. I have zero control over my abilities. They come out like fucking wildfires. And, I just can't choose the way they affect them. It's either 1, 100, 56, 69, or in between. I can't choose it.
Funny number.
Shut up.
So you could try doing like a really big blast to take down a big old enemy. And
Oh, either way,
might
it's
as
gonna come
well
out.
Just throw a pebble at him.
Either way, no. No, there's not a whole lot that's gonna withstand my pews. As you just see, completely not on purpose, just a freaking death ray come out of his hand as it's gray and black. As it just,
pretty.
boom, shoots out and explodes stuff into ice and fire. And electricity and stone and nature. It just gets crazy.
That is a very beautiful sight. You might as well just set off fireworks like that.
I wish.
That's actually a really, really.
Just hit me!
What you were just saying there.
Okay, right. Sorry about that. I'm getting distracted. Okay, I'm gonna charge up on everything as much as I can.
What's Nyx thinking about as she's charging up her power?
She's trying to think of ways to keep herself under control. Trying to think things that she can do to bring out both abilities or anything that she might have within her that she can just bring out.
Ray?
I also would like to just start charging everything I have, looking for anything new. If
I'm gonna ask you
possible.
the same exact question. What's she thinking about as she's charging up?
She's not necessarily thinking about anything. She's trying to clear her mind, and just, if she can, focus on her breathing. Focus on the ability flowing through her.
As both of your abilities don't come out. Anarchy just says, or Canonine says, that's not gonna work, Ray. You need to be tense. You can't grow a muscle by not stressing it, right? You guys don't feel any drain of energy.
Okay, then stress. Okay, so I'm gonna start thinking of everything that stresses me out, like life-death situations.
I'm gonna take a bunch of steps away from Nyx and then think about how stressful it is if I die. That's a joke.
As Anarchy, you know he normally has this really sharp, tongue. He's always kind of, goofy and shit. But he narrows his eyes as y'all's bodies start shaking and your muscles just tense. With everything you've got. It looks like he's just staring you two down. Nyx?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Excuse me?
What's going on? You said my name.
Yeah, your action.
My action, gonna release out any energy I have because I just feel like I have to defend myself because the way he's looking at Nick, she's thinking like, please don't look at me, please don't look at me.
Ray, your action?
I'm just going to give it all I have. Not entirely expecting it to work, but also kind of flexing.
Mm-hmm. These two giant blasts come out from both of your guys' hands as Kane has this weird shield around him and it just kind of absorbs it. How are y'all feeling?
I think
Surprisingly okay.
Then again, Ray, Nick's off the field.
okay. I'm just gonna walk off.
Ray, you do not stop until you're almost dead.
I nod and just keep going.
It only takes... Sorry.
Just digging.
It only takes about 2 more waves of these giant blasts that you can't even tell what the energies are coming out of your hands as you almost fall to hit the floor.
I do just, as carefully as I can, take a seat.
As Kane just walks up to you two. How are y'all feeling?
Now I feel half dead.
Half dead?
No.
That's
like, almost
optimistic
dead.
thinking. I think I can go for another round.
Come on.
Okay.
As he just walks out into the field.
Okay, I'm gonna join him. Okay, so I just gotta do it again, right? Alright, I'm gonna give it everything I got. Through every kind of attack, whether it's nature trying to attack with any like natures that's around, or using to destroy your abilities, charging at them.
Using absolutely everything you have, a giant wave comes out as you feel every muscle in your body kind of like tearing itself apart.
Oh, I think I'm ripping up muscles.
As the smoke kind of clears and Canaanine's just standing there. Psyche.
Oh. You need to talk to Psyche? You want me to bring her out, or?
I want her to come out.
Okay. I'm just gonna go and let her take control then. Please give me extra clothes! I'm turning to Ray. I'm saying that to Ray.
I got her. Her clothes will be fine.
No promises.
It's not like it's gonna destroy them. Unless Psyche manages to.
She did it before. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and just let her loose.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Something you need.
Try to destroy me.
Will do. She's gonna charge up everything, like every single thing, whether it's power and emotions, like her full intention is to destroy the barrier or even affect him in some way and just completely release it towards him like a giant tsunami.
Ray, you see this black and white barrier come out as this massive, gigantic death ray comes out of Psyche. As it just explodes absolutely everything. You can tell that if this wasn't contained, it would be catastrophic. Not on just a city-wide scale. As everything goes back to normal, the dust kind of settles and everything repairs itself. As Kane and his barrier are completely fine, Psyche, which somewhat annoys you.
Should I try again?
Go until you're almost dead.
She is just gonna continue it with everything, whether it's a whole swarm of everything, like just a whole tsunami, until she's worn out.
After using about 10% of Psyche's energy, she just kind of involuntarily goes away. But that level of destruction would have been insane. As Nyx, you fall to the floor in Psyche's clothes. The giant, like, yellowish robes kind of wrapping around you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get up and just kind of wrap it around like some kind of rope
They're
thing.
already wrapped, like I said.
Okay, beautiful.
As Kane just kind of, like, walks over to you. Feeling okay?
I feel like I've ripped up every bone and muscle and joint. So doing great.
That was 10% of what she could have done.
Jeez.
Ray,
I am here.
you want to explain what you just saw from the outside?
Yeah, what you
Mass
see, right?
catastrophe. I saw everything being ripped to shreds faster than it could possibly be repaired. It wasn't until after the attack stopped that the castle was actually able to repair itself.
Yeah. Ray, you are able to almost match that power. Not of Psyche, but of Nyx at 100%. You two are equals.
That's nice.
Do y'all want to see something?
Yeah.
As you guys
let me
appear... Sorry, you guys appear floating in this giant void of nothingness. Off in the distance, you see... Hold on, I'm sorry. Give me a moment.
It's
Y'all
okay.
take some time to talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I'm so tired. I'm so sleepy, and I feel sick.
If
Like,
we're
out of
actually
character?
floating no space, I'm just flipping.
Out of character, Nicole? You sleepy and feel sick?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna stop playing. That does not mean I'm done.
As you guys see this thing off in the distance, it's gigantic. It is a galaxy,
That is beautiful.
right? Kane says it with like this cynical smile on his face.
No,
You're gonna have
don't
us
destroy it.
aren't you?
No.
This is a dead galaxy.
Really?
Nothing in here can support life or make it. It's completely cold. If you were to go in here, you would freeze. If you were to touch the gas, you would be crystallized. And this is our job. This is what our crew does. As you see him just kind of like reach out his hand and casually snap, as every star, every particle in that galaxy fades off into darkness.
Oh.
That is 100% of what Psyche could have done.
Jeez.
That jump between 10 and 20 is so big that Psyche in a physical form literally can't handle it. So when you turn into Psyche, Nyx, you are limiting what she's able to do, and you're limiting the destruction she's causing.
That's a good thing, right?
Absolutely. We'd be having a totally different conversation if you weren't.
Oh.
I'd probably be trying to destroy you.
Oh.
But all of this just to say that, Nyx, if you ever want to do that level of destruction, if you ever want Psyche to, both of you will have to learn how to shed your mortality. Not to become immortal, but to become something sort of in between. Like me and the rest of my crew. We're not technically immortal, but in a way we are. Have you guys ever heard of astral projection?
Astral projection.
Mm-hmm. Ray?
It feels familiar, but it's not coming to mind at the second.
Ray?
Isn't that when your soul leaves your body?
Yeah, the ejection
Oh,
of your
Physical
essence.
form.
Yeah, you're projecting your essence somewhere else. If you guys meditate enough, get your minds up, improve them, eventually you'll be able to be capable of this level of absolute chaos. But that astral projection is extremely dangerous.
Right.
So?
I probably won't.
Sorry?
I probably won't try to get that far because I don't want to be hunted by you.
You won't be hunted by me. If you weren't able to control your power, then you would. And even then, it wouldn't be a hunt.
True, it'd probably end quickly.
Space is beautiful.
It really is, though.
What do you guys want to do next?
Haven't I got time to really think about that for a second? I think I want to kind of make sure my bones don't rip with every movement. I'm just gonna be flipping here for a minute.
Your physical body was being affected by how much you were straining your powers. You do that.
Yeah.
You do that every now and then for an extended period of time. You'll be able to do some crazy feats.
So that means I should do it more often.
The only drawback that comes with it is you won't be able to fight afterwards. You won't be able to use your abilities for anything other than casual purposes. So if you get into a lot of fight, it's not recommended.
Okay.
Ray, what do
Well,
you...
I mean, I don't like it.
Sorry?
So. No.
Ray, what's on your mind?
I couldn't really use my ability for casual purposes anyway.
Sure you can.
I don't need a nightlight or a flashlight.
Well, yeah, you may not need a nightlight or a flashlight. I mean, well, maybe you do. You never know. But you got them flame light wings, right?
Game, hide and go seek.
You got them
Huh?
flame light wings, right?
Yeah,
You can light candles with them.
I don't really like candles though.
And also, why don't you learn a little bit of telekinesis? Both of you. Comes in handy.
How do you
Where
do
did you learn
that?
Hmm? Oh,
How do you learn it? Oh.
everybody's connected to the world in some, interesting, close, strange ways. But, if you connect your mind to the world enough, you can affect the world in small ways. If you don't have telekinesis abilities, the most you can do is probably gravitate a cup towards you. And that's about it.
Huh.
Or shut a door. I think it comes in handy.
Sounds like it comes in handy with the nice small things if you don't want to use it for something crazy. I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
But how do you do that?
A lot of deep meditation.
A lot of deep meditation.
So, I have a training regimen that I follow to a T. Every 5 months, I will get in a room where I can summon creatures or whatever. And for 2 weeks straight, No sleep, no eating, no drinking, or anything like that. I will fight as hard of monsters as I can. And it puts this intense strain on my body. But it does teach me about my limits.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is like a lot of useful information today. It's a lot.
I would hope.
It's just a lot.
I'm here to be your destroyer instructor.
1 or 2. I'm saving those.
And I'm here to
That
assist Lafaya in... Sorry?
Huh?
And
What
I'm
are you
here
saying?
to assist Lafaya in advisory, so...
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I love that. Well, I never really got to talk to you until now, so it's really nice to meet you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is my flower crowns okay? I'm just gonna kind of smack my hands on my face to check for the flower crowns.
Yeah, they seem to be fine.
Okay, they're not burnt. They're good. Or floating away.
Ray, you ain't talking that much. You feeling okay?
I've just been listening, absorbing information.
Okay.
I'm just gonna if we're still in space, I'm gonna keep flipping in the air. I'm just gonna start doing like just gonna loop flip.
There's no propulsion. Yeah, there's nothing for you to propel off of, so you're just kind of floating there.
I just kind of reach over, start trying to turn her so that she can do a flip.
You end up turning yourself and her at the same time, so you guys are both just spinning around in circles.
I'm gonna get dizzy.
Yeah, you're gonna vomit, and I'm gonna laugh. If you vomit in my bubble, I'm gonna leave you out of it. Oh, speaking of, as you see the bubble starting to shrink under you, Ray.
Why? Teleport.
You don't manage to. As the bubble completely leaves you, and for a second it feels like you can't breathe, but now you're just fine. As Kane is just looking at you, and he's just talking, but it's so like you can't hear him.
What
Huh?
are you saying?
I reach over to Nyx to stop myself from spinning.
You can't reach to Nyx. Like, he pushed you out of the bubble.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
What is
just
he
kind of floating
saying?
in space. He basically said, look at her, just floating around.
I just hold up both my pinkies.
As the bubble re-expands, and you get absorbed back into it. You have fun out there, Ray?
How come I could still breathe?
You couldn't. You weren't breathing. Your body was just doing normal reactions to make sure that you weren't freaking out and dying. You couldn't breathe. You don't need to breathe. You're one of us.
Huh?
You're one of us, Ray. You're gonna have to get used to that.
My question.
What? Oh!
How
Oh!
much celestial am I?
Hey, do you guys want to see the supercluster that your galaxy's in?
Sure.
Sure, it's called the
You don't need
explosion. What?
Ray, you don't need to breathe.
No, neither does Psyche. You do, Nyx. You absolutely do. Psyche doesn't.
I almost drowned. Of course I know I need to breathe.
But you guys want to see the supercluster?
Yes.
As you guys start propelling and then just start zooming past stars. Oh, it's called the explosive cluster, by the way. The explosion cluster.
Oh, okay.
You'll see why.
Is that?
You'll see.
Oh.
As you guys see this thing from this exact angle. Do you see now? Do you see why?
That's so beautiful.
I get it.
Yeah. It's like one of the smallest superclusters, but it contains some of the, like, strongest beings in the universe.
Why is space just so pretty?
Well, it's a collection of colors, and we see beauty in color. Oh, by the way, here's the galaxy you guys are in.
Oh.
You guys weren't teleporting, by the way. You were just moving really fast.
Like a roller coaster.
As you guys now get teleported back onto Emmet. And that will be the end of the session.